Good morning and thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup. I'm Neeraj Shah. It's a mixed day of trade. The cues largely are positive, but no great shakes per se. So the global news flow. The Dow continued its merry run, 200 points higher on Tuesday. Fifth straight day of gains, led by the retail stocks, like Walmart, for example, and that led to the US markets doing okay per se. Nasdaq was in the red. China has warned the US against underestimating Beijing's Taiwan resolve, so that sparring continues. Oil, after hitting 6-month lows, has just edged a bit higher. Goldman says the Iran deal is unlikely in the short term. US retail sales data and the minutes of the latest Fed meeting are slated to come out today. And in other news, Elon Musk's tweets that he's buying Manchester United. For all football fans, this is the big one. So let's wait and watch if it indeed happens, or was he just not kidding? It's Elon Musk, you never know, right? So the US markets, and the Dow ended higher, the Nasdaq not so. The other cues flattish, to be honest. No great changes there. As I said, the dollar index hardly any change. The yields for 2.81, so from 2.78 to 2.81. Bitcoin down about 1% at about 23,900, so around 34,000 only. And the SGX Nifty indicating a start which will be very flattish for our markets as well. So no big moves anticipated at the open. In fact, it's doing a bit better than what it was about half an hour ago, but be that as it may, it's a flattish start anticipated. So the good part is, though, that there is a continuation of an uptrend. From a bull's perspective, a good part, I mean, because all the broad market indices ended in the green yesterday, firmly in the green yesterday, by the way. And, viewers, multiple indicators, quant, technical, etc., have been talking about the possibility of some consolidation or profit booking, but indices continue to surprise bearishness. There are multiple people who are very smart option traders who've written calls at higher levels, and those calls have been taken out to the cleaners. So, this market is making a habit of surprising people. And as Gautam Shah's conversation yesterday went, if all goes well and the way the markets ended yesterday, you never know, you might be making a dash to 18,400. I also believe there should be some profit booking at some point of time. One way move is never good, but for now the market seems to be in a mind of its own, and never fight the tape. That's the simplest rule of any trading or investing bet. Autos and cap goods remain the key themes to watch out for in the near term, and I'll tell you why about autos particularly. But yeah, I mean, Jeffrey's note today on capital goods is pretty interesting as well. A heavy cash-based buying was seen in gas stocks in the last few days, and likely upsides are not ruled out. Big cash market momentum into at least IGL and MGL, if not Gujarat Gas. Some steady buying there, and would be interesting to see what happens in those stocks in the near term. FI is bought about 1377 crores, but technically, if you look at it, if you account for the two bulk deals as well, then you could well have had a net sell number today. Let's wait. But difficult to kind of quantify that per se. So I'm going with the reported number, which is a buy number of 1377 crores. So in light of all of this, what are the stocks to watch? Remember, the earnings season is ended, so the news flow, at least today, has just come off. It's just ebbed quite materially. Hardly any big news makers in the session today. But let's try and put that into perspective. So why I was saying autos, right? Nifty Auto has gained about 2.7% in the last 5 days. If that doesn't impress, look at this. Of course, it's closed at the all-time highs, but the delivery volumes of the sector-wide delivery volumes on Tuesday were 70% above the 30-day average. You saw some serious delivery-based buying into autos in the session, be it Maruti, be it Motherson, be it Ashok Leyland. There's some serious delivery-based buying that I think we saw in the auto space. So, a bunch of people have been talking about how there will be a bit of a mean reversion for autos. I think we are now starting to see that in the last 6 months, wherein autos have given a splendid rally, and who knows, there might be more in store. I remember a conversation that the Aditya Birla mutual fund had with us in the month of January on BQH, wherein they said that this would happen. People were scoffing at auto bulls back in Jan-Feb. Currently, they have come out smelling like roses. So good going really for autos. Singer India would be in focus today. Rare Investments has bought about 8% stake in Singer India, and expect this stock likely to react in the session today. Two geopolitical moves per se. One, if you call it that, one is ONGC, wherein Argentinian economy minister in a tweet, Sergio Massa, in a tweet said that ONGC has proposed working with YPF, which is their company, in areas of Vaca Muerta shale patch, and a bunch of other proposals that apparently ONGC has given. This has been put out by Bloomberg, and they've quoted the Argentinian economy minister saying this. So, India is making advancements on a bunch of partnerships, either from a government perspective or from a private company perspective, right? So Indian companies are making those things. We've seen the Adani Group make that move, Adani Ports with Tanzania, if viewers would remember a few days back. We also seen Adani Green Energy, because Sri Lanka's Power and Energy Minister said that Adani Green Energy has issued provisional approvals for 2 wind projects for an investment over $500 million. So a bunch of Indian companies, state and large balance sheet private enterprises, are making these moves. That's pretty interesting. So let's see how this goes. Price and volume buzzers include an HDFC AMC, UTI AMC, and Honeywell Auto. In HDFC AMC, of course, there was a bulk deal that happened. UTI AMC, there is an apparent interest from the Tata Group, and Honeywell Auto went up about 6.3% on 5x volumes compared to the normal averages. So therefore, do watch out for these stocks in the session today as well. Do watch out for Max. The seller, of course, was well known, Kayak Investments, but the buyers, interesting set, smaller cap World Fund or Government of Singapore or BNP Paribas Advantage Arbitrage Fund have bought in some stakes. So do watch out for those. There are some AGMs today, Avenue, Metropolis, and Ultratech Cement. So watch out for those. And we'll wrap up with this BofA August Global Fund Manager Survey. Remember, last time around, we spoke about how they were right on the button when it came to predicting this rally. And now, last time when they came out and said that they expect this bullishness to continue because the sentiment was so bearish. Now they say that sentiment still remains bearish, but it's no longer apocalyptically bearish. It's not that bad. That's the point they're trying to make. The hopes have risen that inflation and rate shocks will end in the coming quarters, but the bull and bear indicator still stays maximum bearish, which is positive. They don't believe an immediate reversal of the bear rally, but they remain patient bears over the medium term. And cash has dropped from the fund managers' portfolios from 6.1% to a still very high 5.7%, which means not everybody's still betting their money on the markets, which means the markets could actually do well. The good part, or the interesting part, is that investors, they've assessed for the first time since August 20, saying that growth stocks will outperform value stocks over the next 12 months. Do watch out for, therefore, a reversal of the trend seen in the first 6 months, wherein value has triumphed growth. Could the reversal happen? Let's wait and watch. There are some requests about getting people who can talk on carbon credits and offsets in context of certain stocks. Rest assured, we'll try and do that. Coming up possibly with a very special event in October, maybe when all of these will be discussed as well. But thanks so much for tuning into the To Trade Setup. Have a great day ahead, viewers.